Teke 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 Teke. Welcome back. This is Japanese Urban Legends. Teke Teke is the name of the story that I'm going to be talking about today. So this is a more recent urban legend. It happens around train stations. So the date you hear associated with this story generally, initially, is around the late 60s, early 70s. At that point, the Shinkansen was online and the local train systems were pretty well developed, and people were using trains as local transportation on a pretty regular basis. Of course, the newer versions of the story will be more recent, and but the idea of this whole story is basically the same thing. There are actually two movies that have been made about this urban legend, Teke Teke and Teke Teke 2. In this one, we're going to be talking about a young girl who has a train accident. So as we know, all the train crossings can be really dangerous, and if you're not actually at a station, sometimes the trains just go across regular roads and the crossing guard comes down, and some people try to beat the trains on foot. So this story has two distinct origins. One is that the girl was actually at the station on the platform and fell in front of the train. The other version of this story is that the girl was trying to beat the train across the crossing and was running across and tripped on the track and fell. So as you may imagine, small girl versus train is pretty, there's a lot of momentum and inertia issues going on there. She lost the lower half of her body, and of course, having been cut in half, she slowly bled to death and passed on. Or did she? So what the legend says is that she actually became a vengeance ghost, and ever since the day of her accident, she stalks those who are careless or slow. She's known as the fastest ghost in Japan. She moves by just using her arms, hence the teke teke sound. That's the sound of the elbows and the fingers hitting the ground, and moving along and rapidly. So if she finds someone unsuspecting being careless, she will come up to them, she'll run up to them really fast, using her arms, whip out a scythe from some place, and cut them in half. Perhaps she's lonely and looking for more half people to hang out with. The other version of the story is some schoolboy will be walking down the street and see a beautiful girl up in the upper window of a house. He smiles at her, she smiles at him, and before he knows it, she jumps out the window, only the top half of her, because that's all he could see. And she runs up and whips out a sharp saw, or an axe, or a scythe, depending on the version of the story, and cuts him in half, forcing him to join her for eternity. Which really seems like it would create more of these vengeance ghosts. So evidently if you get killed by a vengeance ghost, you don't become a vengeance ghost? I guess they don't all have to make sense, right? But Teke Teke, because of the disfiguration, is one of the scariest Japanese stories there is around. The other one is the one that I've been promising for quite a while now, the Kuchisake Onna. I hope I got the order right on that, because I never do. So generally, in Japanese urban legends, there's some sort of moral to the story. So Shiroito was, don't get your ears pierced. The moral for this one, for me, really is be very careful around trains and train crossings. There are accidents every year that happen on train platforms. People either accidentally fall in front of trains, or in some cases on purpose fall in front of trains. It's unfortunately a popular method of suicide because it's quick. So please don't do that. I looked around, but I couldn't find any Teke Teke sound effects like I did for Gozu, so this won't be a Japanese urban legends that ends with my demise. Yay! Because I would be a very vengeful ghost. So would the person outside. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to check out some other Japanese urban legends that I've talked about, I'll have a playlist down in the description below. And as always, please feel free to hit the thumbs button and subscribe to the channel, and share this wherever you hang out online. If you have a question or a comment, please leave it in the section below. I try to answer as many comments as possible, and when the numbers are low, I definitely get to all of them. So, thank you very much, have a good one, and stay away from the railroad tracks.